Hello everyone, we're back at the sideboard for the Las Vegas StarCityGames.com Legacy Open this time. And our first deck tech's going to be with Ethan Walker.
Good morning.
Ethan is playing a blue-black deck, not that uncommon in Legacy. You see a lot of different ones, but this one is pretty unique. We've got Griselbrands, and we've got Tendrils of Agony. That's the primer, basically, but I'm going to go ahead and let Ethan just tell you, what does this deck do? How do you kill your opponent?
Alright, so pretty much you're going to win with Storm Kill. You're going to cast a bunch of free and cheap spells, make a lot of mana, and how you're actually going to get all those cards in your hand is reanimating a Griselbrand with Shallow Grave, and that gives him haste, so you could swing this turn and draw up to 21 cards if you haven't taken too much damage, which pretty much ensures that you're going to win or have the win next turn. There's not much they could do about a resolved Griselbrand, because the draw engine is just too insane. Also, Shallow Grave's an instant. You can cast it with Griselbrand in your yard to block in a pinch. So,
or if your opponent taps out to Brainstorm end a turn or something like that,
exactly.
No longer can Spell Pierce you.
Exactly.
I really like that aspect of the deck. I think one of the coolest aspects is actually that because you're killing with Griselbrand, but you're not doing it with attacks or with him just being a huge presence on the field, like Reanimator does, a lot of the answers like Caracas are just way less effective against you, I imagine.
Oh yeah, Caracas, you can usually play through it.
Yep.
If they're inexperienced, they will bounce it before you go to combat, and then you could just usually get another one with all the cards that you've drawn and attack with that. The good thing about attacking with Griselbrand is usually is dealing 7, so your Storm only has to be 7, even though it could usually be much more than that. So.
That's handy. I also like the interaction with Lion's Eye Diamond. You can go Hellbent with a Griselbrand out.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, that has to be pretty powerful.
Since Shallow Grave is an instant, you can cast Shallow Grave with a Griselbrand in your hand and a Lion's Eye Diamond on board, pop the LED to get your demon in the yard. So
that's a cool interaction too.
Yeah, that's all in. So hopefully, you Thoughtseize them before you do that. Make sure the coast is clear. So.
And other than that, it looks pretty much like a semi-storm deck with a few choices that are clearly like Random Rare-esque. Like we have the Entombs, Careful Studies, pretty solid little engine, a lot of 4-ofs.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your sideboard though, because this looks pretty interesting.
The sideboard's entirely untested at this point. So it sideboards into a Storm deck. You could sideboard out all of that right there, and these guys, and bring in 15 cards to make it a Storm deck with quite a bit more protection. So,
okay. And that way you dodge all the graveyard hate that people.
Yeah, you can entirely dodge the graveyard hate that way. So I don't know if that's effective, but it's a possibility, and we went for it. So,
have you? Did you use it in the last round?
I did not. No, in the last round, I actually I lost against Goblins. They got a quick start, and I didn't get there.
Took you out before you could get going.
But the the additional protection comes in. You get Thoughtseize. The one game he brought in Thorn of Amethyst, so I was able to just grab that out of his hand.
I actually saw a pretty untuned version of this deck at the Invitational. It was mono black instead of blue, and it ran more as like it was a mono black Reanimator deck with Tendrils of Agony added into it.
Yeah.
But it was very funny because one of the cards he added to his deck, I'm relatively sure you didn't think of this one, maybe you did. Arbiter of Nullridge was one of his reanimation targets.
What does that do?
It is a large giant from Lorewinter Morningtide that when it comes into play resets both players' life total to the highest life total.
Ooh.
So he was reanimating a second time to get 3 more Griselbrand activations, or 2 more, depending.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, one of the funnier decks I saw at the Invitational. He didn't do especially well, but that interaction was pretty cute. And his deck ran like all the Exhumes and reanimates and stuff, so he was a lot more. He couldn't do this transformation postboard for sure.
Yeah.
It was impossible.
Another thing you could do is run an Emrakul, and I have this in different versions of the deck. If you attack with a Griselbrand and an Emrakul in the same turn, that's lethal.
Yep.
So
every time.
Yeah, a lot of people help build this deck. So we got
give any shout outs?
Danny Batterman helped me a lot, and Tony DeVera, Adam Erickson, Nick Verdoliak. We got a lot of people from the LA Legacy scene help me with this. So.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a sweet deck. I'm going to go ahead and wish you good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming over, and we'll be back with more Legacy.